Earlier today, a vendor arrived, Bobby B's Landscaping. You can see pictures of the vendor gate camera above. The vendor arrived at 11:23. However, they weren't created until 11:49 and weren't checked in until 11:49:53. So I wanted to go through the process of how the gatehouse should handle this situation when a vendor shows up that is not in the vendor catalog and obviously is not registered if they're not in the vendor catalog. Okay, I'm going to simulate the process with a company called Kenny G's Landscaping rather than Bobby B's. And presumably the vendor shows up and they either give you a lot number or they give you their name. And so let's assume Kenny G showed up for lot 16, and you look and Kenny G is clearly not there. So we know they're not registered to lot 16. So the next thing we want to see is, well, is Kenny G in the vendor catalog? So I'm going to start typing the name, Ken, and I'm already here. This is as far I could go land if I wanted to put landscaping. But at this point, if it's not in this list, it's not in the system. Especially if the name is on the side of the truck and you know how to spell it. Well, then we're down to Kenny, and there's a Kenny as an employee of AAA and a Kevin Kenny as an employee of Premier Garage. But our company, Kenny G's Landscaping, is clearly not in the system. So at this point, what I do is I click on New, and I just type in Kenny G's Landscaping. And if I make a mistake right now, let's say I leave it here, no problem. Here I just type land, that would get me to landscape maintenance, and that's all I need. I mean, I don't want to waste any more time trying to check this person in. So I'm going to go ahead and create this vendor. I'm going to do create, and now I can go type Kenny, and there's my vendor. And then I can proceed to go to lot 16 and go here, and I don't want to open the gate, but I'm actually going to, their plate number would normally be here. You could click on it. Let's say it's 11222, and I'm going to do my check-in. And then I can go to visits, and I see, if I go to the top of my visit log, I've checked in Kenny G. I just got a notification, and I'm done. I mean, it was quick and dirty. We checked them in. The notification went out. Yeah, it was misspelled. We didn't have a phone number, but we talked to the resident and we got them checked in. Now they're checked in. Things have slowed down at the gate. Now I can go into vendors. I can go ahead and just sort by new, or I could have searched. There's Kenny G's Landscaping. I'm going to go now and fix it. I know it should be landscaping, and I know the right phone number is 406-888-9021. Okay, and then if I wanted to go look up a URL, I could do that. You don't want to be looking up URLs and searching the internet while you've got the vendor sitting there at the gate trying to be checked in. That can be done after the fact, but you do need to create the vendor, which is what I have done here. Once I have it the way I want it, I would then save it. And now we have the correct information spelled correctly, assuming that's how he spelled it. And we're good, right? So we've gotten through the check-in as quickly as possible, as cleanly as possible. We created the new vendor, and we can move on to the next check-in.